Time for Fatal Attraction Fridays with your girl Bianca inside of Bianca's Playhouse. I'm here to talk to you guys about fatal attractions, trauma bonding, toxic relationships, unhealthy relationships that started by trauma bonding and simply falling in love with the wrong person and not ending those relationships properly. So join me as I talk about stories that happen right here in Maryland as well as stories that happen all over the globe. Follow me on Facebook at Bianca's Playhouse Talk Show. You can find me on YouTube at Bianca Studios. You can also catch me on IG at Bianca Studios. And of course, TikTok at Bianca's Studios. Make sure you are subscribed and following so you don't miss an episode. All shows are sponsored by Puppy Obsessions. Come on over to Puppy Obsessions and get you a puppy, baby. It's time for the show. This story is of a double murder-suicide committed by Mr. Reggie Black. His victims, his ex-wife, Wendy Black, and his ex-girlfriend, Tara LeBang, who was pregnant with their child at the time of her murder. This story is one I wish I did not even have to tell, one that didn't exist. But I am a firm believer that God does everything for a reason, and the most heartbreaking stories have purpose. Their lives have not been lost in vain. The purpose of Fatal Attraction Fridays is to bring awareness to mental health, to bring awareness to domestic violence, to unhealthy relationships, and the importance of getting out, paying attention to those red flags, and saving your life by getting away from unsafe people.
I've been going through a custody battle. I've been going through having my ex-wife say I molested my children and all kinds of craziness. Been fighting for custody for 3 years. So, shit has been real crazy. What's up, Oliver? You know about this. Going through it with my ex-wife, blah, blah, blah. So, and started dating somebody new. And she got pregnant. And, we got in a fight. And first thing she does is threatening that she's going to do the same thing. You're never going to see your kids, blah, blah, blah. It's the holidays, man. I don't have no family, nothing. Anyway, I just did something crazy, man. I just shot my ex-girlfriend in the head, yo. Felt like a dream. Like, I never thought I would be that guy. I can't go to prison, so the person that really started my depression and all of this is my ex-wife. So she next, and then I'm going to do myself too. But I just wanted to say this to people. Don't play with people's emotions, man. Don't lie on these men. Oh, here's my ex-wife right here. Today's the day.
Please pause for a moment of silence for all three victims. May they all three rest peacefully. Miss Tara LeBang, who is a beloved cousin and friend and was a soon-to-be mom. Miss Wendy Black, who was the mother of two beautiful girls. Mr. Reggie Black was a nurse at University of Maryland Hospital, where he worked with both Miss Wendy Black and Tara Black. In his video, he expressed how mental health had a lot to do with the decisions that he had made. Not having much family, fighting for custody of his two daughters, while still working and striving to have a normal life, going through that custody battle and then finding love in someone else, and that love ending clearly took a toll on Reggie's mental health, which caused him to end not only their lives, but his as well, and change his daughters' lives for the rest of their lives as they now grow up without parents. Well, at least without their biological parents, because I'm sure family is raising them and ensuring that they have the love, support, and encouragement that they need to be the best. This is a moment that is sketched in all of our minds forever. The most horrific moment of this video, when he told Wendy that today was the day, when she opened that door and he fought his way in. The fear she must have felt in the moment of knowing that this was her last moment. Even thinking about her girls who were outside waiting in the car. My God, it is extremely scary. But it is another lesson. For all of the women and men who are living in fear, do not open the door. Wendy Black knew that her ex-husband was capable of killing her. She lived in fear, and her worst nightmare met her at her front door. The system failed her tremendously. They failed her family. They failed her children. They failed to protect her, and they failed to keep her safe. And that is absolutely heartbreaking. Tara LeBang had already lost her life that morning after an argument with Reggie Black. She was carrying his child, and things clearly were not working out. It's so unfortunate that such a beautiful life was taken. They had broken up prior to this argument, so was she living in fear? Did she see the signs that there was terror around the corner? There's a third woman in this story, Reggie Black's ex-girlfriend, who got out before it was too late. Let's hear what she has to say.
Girlfriend of Rajay Black. Police say Black killed two of his former partners in a rampage that started in Baltimore and then ended in Howard County. WJZ investigator Mike Hogan has the follow-up tonight.
I kept urging him to go to therapy.
The former girlfriend has not been able to bring herself to watch the Facebook Live video.
It's the holidays, man. I don't have no family, nothing. Anyway, I just did something crazy, man.
Where Rajay Black appears to confess to killing his ex-girlfriend Tara LeBang before police say he gunned down his ex-wife Wendy Black at her home in Columbia Saturday, all while his young children waited in an SUV outside.
We did have access to weapons. I definitely feel for the children. I feel for all of them. Wendy and Tara.
She asked that we not name her and shared this video of Rajay. She says they met in March 2019 and broke up a year later. She says he had severe depression and never got help for it.
I felt like I was the only support system for him in a way, but I had to choose my own sanity. I had to choose my own well-being. And when I broke up with him, I still loved him incredibly. But I knew that I had to put myself first. I couldn't be a part of it because he just wouldn't get help.
The former girlfriend shared a text message Rajay sent, telling her, "There was a time that I was so low that I didn't want to live anymore. It was you that helped me get through it." She said he told her he loved his kids.
Were you ever afraid of him?
No, Jay never cursed at me. He never raised a voice at me. He always told me because of what I had been in a previous relationship with being abused, that he would never hurt me. That's what he said to me.
But according to court records, Wendy Black filed multiple protective orders that were denied. Last year, in her own handwriting, she said, "I am terrified because I do not know what he's capable of doing to me and the girls. I do not feel that we are safe. I do not feel safe at all. I feel that my life is in danger."
A lot of times people don't take it serious when people say that their life is in danger. Definitely about protecting women. There's definitely a broken system.
Mike Helgren, WJZ.
She saw the warning signs, and she knew that she had to make a decision to choose herself. And when in love, it's hard to choose just you. But I'm happy she chose her because she saved her own life. This gentleman says Reggie Black is a hero. Let's give him a second to speak before I do.
When a person is angry, they go about bringing about change. This is probably going to be the most unpopular opinion on tonight's show, but I look at Reggie Brown as a hero. I look at him as a hero because for so many generations, so many years, I'm not even speaking of my own experience, but other experience of other men, men in my family, for example, they are in a situation where they're just being silenced. It's their cries of help and their cries of support have turned into a quiet whisper, because of gaslighting, because of name calling, because of shaming. Men have emotions. Men have problems. Men go through a lot. You know, we have to take care of everyone in the community. We are considered the leaders of the community. We are considered the leaders of our family. But when that right gets taken from us, and we're being sucked dry of our resources, and then we're still told that we have to provide, that creates dissension in the family. And I'm glad that I was able to come on here.
Okay, so that was deep, but let's just be clear. Reggie Black could not be a hero. Taking the lives of two women, one that was carrying a child, is not a heroic act. Despite what might have been going on, it did not give him the authority to take their lives. It did not give him the authority to leave two children motherless, fatherless, and to grow up with the pain of how they died. Thank you for taking the time to watch this episode of Fatal Attraction Fridays. The story you just saw was absolutely heartbreaking. It was one that I'm sure will live with you as it lives with me. And it's one that we should all take heed to. There were a lot of things that happened in this story that rocked me to my core, from the ex-wife not receiving the help that she should have received to be safe. Domestic violence is something that happens absolutely every day, and it's heartbreaking when it becomes a situation where someone loses their life. So in this story, the ex-wife losing her life after begging for help and pleading that she knew she needed help, heartbreaking. Mental health awareness is also one of the reasons I do these shows and tell these stories, because clearly there were some mental health concerns that were not addressed. Often mental health, depression, and all of those things can go overlooked. They can be covered up with a mask because someone is working and has a good job, because someone is smiling or able to go out into the public and go to a lounge and have fun and smile and hold good conversations with people, can oftentimes be masked for depression and masked for different mental health issues. And I believe that Mr. Reggie Black was able to cover up a lot of his mental health issues. And I believe that it also escalated because of the things that happened in the divorce. The video you just watched, though, where the young man said that Reggie Black was a hero, disturbed me times 1,000. Now, I did appreciate Reggie Black not ending his life before speaking, because a lot of times people want to know what was going on in that person's mind to make them commit this act, or what was going on in that person's mind to make them do something to somebody they love, or to themselves. And Reggie going live, and Rajay, I'm not sure if I'm even saying his name right or wrong, but I've heard it mentioned two different ways. But him going live and expressing how he was feeling and the things that occurred and led up to him making this decision, absolutely heartbreaking. Because if those allegations were true, if he truly did not molest his daughters, and if the ex-wife was lying, then it's like all of this could have been resolved in a whole different way. Him not having family, and this was his only family, absolutely heartbreaking. We talk a lot on my show, the Recipe Podcast, about trauma bonding and about toxic relationships. If you are in a toxic relationship, if you are trauma bonding with somebody, stop. It is unhealthy. It is important, and it is essential and necessary for you to go and get the help that you need, for that person to get the help that they need. Do not think that you are a therapist. Do not think that it is your obligation or your job to be a therapist. The ex-girlfriend of Reggie Black, who ended the relationship because she needed to save herself, and she realized that it got to a point to where she could no longer help him because he wasn't helping himself, so she had to leave the relationship, and ultimately that saved her life. That was the best decision she could have ever made. And I hope and pray that it's a decision that you watching, that might pop, the you that may be going through this situation or maybe enduring a toxic relationship, you'll make that decision to leave, to choose you. And I pray that the police and everyone with authority that has the ability to help women and men that are experiencing domestic violence, I pray that you do your job to protect them. You have been given a job to protect and to serve your community, and protecting those who are in fear of losing their lives to exes who are exhibiting domestic traits. It's important for you to do that. So there were a lot of lessons learned in this video, a lot of sadness, a lot of heartbreak. My heart goes out to the daughters. My heart goes out to the family members of all involved, because these three individuals were people who had lives, and they're all gone now, but their memories are still alive, and they did not lose their life in vain, because we all can learn from what happened here. Girlfriends, make sure you watch what you say, because knowing that Reggie Black felt like because his girlfriend said that she was going to take the baby and he would never see the baby was the reason he killed her, mind-blowing and heartbreaking. And I know now everybody is using the term unalive the person. I don't know why, but I don't like, you killed somebody, you killed somebody, you took their life, you took their life. Like, unalived, I don't know, I don't get what, I don't know if there's a new code to speaking publicly, like if there's something that you have to say. So once again, thank you for tuning into the show. Thank you for being here in Bianca Studios. Please make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like, comment, give us your take on tonight's story. Let us know if you are someone who is experiencing domestic violence or in a toxic relationship. Know that there is help out there for you. Please take advantage of the numbers and resources that are in the end of this video. And also, you can always come to Bianca Studios to tell your story. If you are a survivor of domestic violence, of a toxic relationship, or fatal attraction, please come tell your story on our platform so that you can be an inspiration to someone else. Your testimony has purpose. Your story has purpose. Your pain has purpose. Live in your purpose and know that we are here. Thank you again. Have a good night.
If you are in an unsafe relationship and need help, there is help out here. It is up to you to make the first move and place the call for help.
Share your story. Give your testimony. It could be just what someone out here needs to hear to leave an abusive, toxic relationship. To be a guest on Fatal Attraction Fridays, email us at biancasplayhousetalkshow@gmail.com. Tonight's show is sponsored by the Voice of Children Suffering in Silence, geared towards helping children break their silence. And of course, Puppy Obsessions, bringing puppy dreams to life. And Hustle Over Sleep Apparel, which is coming soon, so be on the lookout. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and follow us on Facebook at the Voice of Children Suffering in Silence, as well as YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and also turn those notifications on. Don't leave just yet. We are also on TikTok. All you have to do is go to Breaking Their Silence. I am a child advocate, the voice for the voiceless. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and follow me everywhere. On social media, that is. Not in real life. Don't be trying to come and find me physically.